It felt great last night when we all checked into the hotel. We kind of had that first bowl team meeting, and we know our guys aren't going to get the amazing Orlando Bowl experience that we've experienced, in this program in the past. But just to get here, and I think actually just having sort of feet on the ground in Orlando made it feel more real. And you always want the players to feel like a bowl is a reward for all their hard work. And as we know, in 2020, we don't always get everything we want, but we make do with what we have, and we're very grateful to be here. Message number one is we've got to be the most excited team to play. I think that's important in bowl games, probably more important this year than ever before. And then we have to finish. This is going to be a very difficult game to win. And it's going to be a grinded out affair, I think, for both teams. And there's going to be back and forth, which, in bowl games, there always is back and forth, and be prepared to go for 60 minutes, because I think that's what it's going to take. They create negative plays, which means that they're going to leverage you into third and long, and then they get you into third and long, they just dominate you. And we got a lot of respect for what they do on defense. I think, stylistically, in a lot of ways, it's how we want to play defense here, and have had success playing defense here. And they make you earn everything, play a lot of man coverage. There's not a lot of easy throws. And so, like I said, you've got to execute. They're going to force you to execute the ball down the field, which, that's why I think they've had such a successful year, because it's hard to do against the talent and skill level that they have. Yeah, I think it can certainly serve as that effect. I think the last time we came to Orlando, and I think our big win against West Virginia really set us up for a great offseason where we started 10-0 the following year. So I do think there is a kick-on effect. But every year still exists in its own universe, as we've seen. Obviously, we're nothing like the team that played in Shreveport a year ago. So we would like this to, sort of be a bridge to next year. But we know that there will also be some key additions coming to our team next year. But yeah, I mean, this is, there's a way we want to do things and a way we want to establish building a program. And as you've heard me say all year, Tom, we're trying to sort of knock down, these things that have, sort of gotten us in the past, and a bowl win is staring us right in the face. No, I think other than that, I think the rest of the crew is good to go. I mean, our message is, it's been a difficult year to support the team. We hope we get some Canes fans out in the stadium on Tuesday night. That would certainly be great for us to see, to have the support of the U family behind us. But it's been a trying year. It just has for everybody. And as you've heard me say before, Susan, I just think the relationship with our fan base and our community is so important to who the University of Miami is. And I think one thing we're all looking forward to is, we can get on the right side of this pandemic in 2021, coming out and playing in a packed Hard Rock Stadium next year and getting back around our fans. So this team, they've advanced us a level in our program. I'm proud of them for that. We have done everything the right way, and and we respect the expectations that we all have at this program. But we're building, and I think our players, see that, and but there's more to come. Yeah, well, I'm not waiting until after the bowl game. To me, what I've told them is that it's on them when they choose to announce the world. I think there are some other pleasant surprises coming, but like I said, that's their moment. We want to celebrate it when they're ready to announce that. But yeah, like I said, that's really that's not our call. That's their individual choice when they want to let everybody know. Well, like I said, I think whenever we talked last, we had some highly spirited practices this past week. When it was at, we're still a little bit of a week away from kickoff, and how are these guys going to go to work? So just based off the evidence there, I was encouraged with what I saw. And like you said, we got to get out there Tuesday night and see the energy and passion that we bring. But I suspect, based off what we've seen so far, that our guys will be ready to play. Well, it always starts with controlling the run. I mean, it's just simple, basic football. It's a lot easier to hand the ball off than it is to drop back and throw it. A lot more things that can go wrong when you go to throw the ball than when you run it. So, yeah, I mean, and then you have a team like Oklahoma State that, even despite Hubbard being out, I've been very impressed with the other backs. And at times I've not seen a dramatic difference. And that's no offense against Hubbard. I think he's an excellent player, but they have other guys that can make big plays happen as well. And so they want to control the game with their running game, and they've got an outstanding defense, and they want to pound the football and run it and control the game. And so for us, yeah, it is an immense challenge for our run defense. And I think they've prepared well. I think they understand what looks they're going to get and what type of runs they're going to get. I just got to go out there and trust their teammates and play their area of responsibility, do their job, and do it physically. Yeah, like I mentioned, yeah, he's been through practice for us. How many snaps he can get in, we'll sort of find out in terms of how he's feeling their game day. But he's been back in the mix in practice and taking reps, so that's been a big boost for us. Obviously, the guy was a starter for us midway through the season, so he's been a big miss.
Well, a very fast team, like what we talked about earlier in the week. They're skilled at all positions. They've got tremendous team speed at every position. Quarterback is a really, really good player. He makes them go. Sometimes he'll pull it down, take off. He'll make a throw or make a run and changes the game for them. So this will be a great challenge for us. But our guys have practiced hard and they're excited about playing in the game. They're doing good. We've been fortunate that we haven't had to make changes on game day. And so the young guys are getting a little better. I mean, we're not the finished product. I mean, obviously with the youth and inexperience we have up there, but they're better than they were a month ago, that's for sure. So it's good to have them out there practicing, good to keep them together, and that should help during the game. Well, I think so. Chuba hasn't played in a game for us in really, I think 4 or 5 games.
Okay.
Since he's actually played in a game for us. But it's been a very unusual year for a lot of different reasons. And so whether it's an injury or you have a player that's deciding to not play anymore and move on to the NFL, you put the next guy in. And our team has handled it really well. It is unusual, but you're not left with a lot of options there. When you have a player that decides they want to move on and play in the NFL and they're not practicing, you coach the ones that show up at practice and you get them ready to play in the game. Both of those guys are old school warriors. They compete, they practice, they play in games, they're physical, they're great leaders, they're reliable. They've been fantastic for this organization. Tylan has done himself wonders individually for his career with the year that he's had this year. And we're excited that we have him in the bowl game and he still wants to be a part of our team and compete. And Dillon has just done what Dillon's done here for years. He just continues to make plays. We play him at all 3 positions based on if we have an injury and he shows up and he's able to be very competitive and make a lot of football plays.